Hey, good people. How's everyone doing? Trust that everyone has had a great day, good and productive day, whatever it is your place of work is. Hopefully, you had a good and productive day. Anyway, it's been a long day for me. I am good and I'm tired, so go in here, grab me a bite to eat, wash, and lay it down for the night. Spend a little time with the missus. So, with that being said, hey, um, I got an image up like I'm holding my mouth, like my toothache. I was being facetious. I was being funny, just playing. I don't have a toothache. Don't worry about it, right? But I was thinking about my brand new granddaughter, right? She came into this world this past December. Uh, baby dream, baby dream, dream. Anyway, spent time with her and a couple of our grandkids when we were on spring break. It's neither here nor there, but one of my brand new granddaughters, right? She experiencing as a newborn, she's experiencing the the process of life, right? It's beginning to start teething, right? Um, when her stomach is empty, right? The experience she get to utilize her vocals, right? Cry, make noise, right? When she eats something that don't go down quite right, that doesn't work right with that body, right? She get blow up diapers, right? So these are the growing pains of life. She's experiencing the growing pains of life. What do that have to do with I have a toothache? Well, if you don't have your head in the sand, which I refer to often, right? If you've been paying attention to what's going on in the market over the past few weeks, because of all the great things that our new administration is doing and the effects that it's having around the world, these tariffs, what have you, um, the market, over the past few weeks have been crashing, right? So, so what I'm going to say to you, as I was driving home just now, I had a thought. So I'm gonna do a video when I get in. I had a thought, and my thought is, we are experiencing growing pains in the market, right? So if I did have a toothache, of course I would be holding my mouth, my jaw, what have you. I'd be taking oral gel and Tylenol and whatever um, the word slipped my mind. When you to fight off an infection, you take antibiotics, right? I'll be taking antibiotics so I can get in, so the dentist can do what they need to do to alleviate my pains, right? So that's a growing pain. We have these experiences in life that are uncomfortable. What we're experiencing in the market right now is uncomfortable, right? But if you, once you go through this, because you can go and research, don't take my word, don't ever take my word, go and do your own research, confirm for yourself, whether myself or any influencer that you'll listen to have a good grasp or understanding what they're talking about. So once you go through this crash and we come out the other side of it, right? Then you'll see the difference of what takes place anytime the U.S. economy goes through a crash, right? Because what is the U.S. known for? It is known for its resiliency. Resiliency. That means it always bounces back from whatever it is we're going through. We went through the pandemic. We came out the other side. Resiliencies. We go through hurricanes. We go through these terrible fires. We go through these earthquakes. We go through whatever it is we go through, and we always bounce back better than before eventually, right? But in the midst of going through the turmoil we're going through, it's uncomfortable, right? So we're going through the growing pains of the market, right? And it's uncomfortable. I understand, right? But once you have, like I got in the market in 2020, I've said plenty of times. And it ended up being the perfect time for me to get in the market, right? And I did pretty good the first 12 months, did pretty good the next 12 months, and then the market started crashing, and it did that for about a year. And then the next year was turmoil. But in the midst of that down year, in the midst of that tumultuous year, you still had countless stocks, S&P 500, hitting multiple all-new highs throughout the years, right? So my point is 2020 was a great year for me. But the year before that, it was terrible. It was a bear market, right? 2020 was a good year. 2021 was a good year. 2022, 2023 were growing pain years. And then the latter part of 23 was pretty good. And then 2024 was up and down, but it was more or less a good year, right? Both in stock and crypto. Where am I going with this? Once we go through this growing pain, hopefully you've listened to myself and a few other influencers. We say you got to take advantage of this downturn because it's more or less a sale. It's like a fire sale. It's like a clearance sale, whatever you want to call it. It's a sale. And it's not the time to be buying the dirt cheap stock. It's time to buy the great stock that's beat down to cheap prices comparable to what they used to be. And as you acquire the great stock that's beat down, when the resiliency kick in, once we go through the growing pains, like we come out the other side of the growing pain and the market begins to turn around, the economy begins to turn around, and things begin to start swinging up the other way. Some folks say it's going to rocket up, or it's going to be like a springboard. You push it down on the spring with all this pressure on the market, and once everything gets worked out, it's going to poof, take off like a rocket, right? Well, you have two ways of learning through this growing pains. One way is to learn from the verbal pictures that myself and other influencers have been sharing with you, or you'll learn the hard way. You'll learn from experience. You won't be buying now. You won't be dollar cost averaging, and buying your averages down. You'll just leave them what they are because it's ugly and in the red, and you can't stand looking at it. You got to hold your breath and what have you. If you don't take advantage of the sale now, then you'll know what to do the next time there's a downturn. Next time there's a market crash, because they happen. If you go do your research and you'll see they happen. They happen like every few years, sometimes 5 years, 10 years, 7 years, sometimes every other year. But they happen, right? If you're learning how to do proper profit taking, in my opinion, because I'm not a financial advisor, Larry Jones shared with me, I say me, because I feel like he'd be talking directly to me, but that's just my opinion. Larry Jones told me a few years ago, he said, proper profit taking, in his opinion, is when you're in crazy profits, and you have to be your own judge of what's crazy profits. And it depends on how new you are to the game of investing. You will learn what's crazy gains to you, crazy profit to you. Once upon a time, I thought $100 was crazy profit. Eventually, I got to a place I thought 200 was crazy profit. Got to a place where I thought 500 was crazy profit. Got to a place where I thought 1,000 was crazy profits. Now, in Christopher's opinion, what's crazy profits to myself is 5,000 to double digits is crazy profits to me, right? If you're not there yet, that's fine. Stay in the game long enough. Continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to build your financial knowledge. As with your financial knowledge grows, your financial wealth will grow. And as your wealth will grow, you'll begin to look at profits in a brand new way. So anyway, so when I'm in profits of 5,000 and more, then I take a haircut. a haircut that Larry was saying is like take 20% of your profits off the table, right? Because everything goes up and down. I say that all the time. Everything goes up and down. When a market, when a company or a stock hits its normal ceiling, when it hits its normal high, then the only place to go from the ceiling is down until that company start hitting new highs for whatever reason. When the company start doing something to cause its growth to break out to new highs, right? So I routinely take haircuts when I'm in crazy profits, right? And depending on the size of your position as to how crazy your profit will be. So when I say 5,000 and higher, again, that's depending on the size of your position, right? So that's why we're always talking about sizing. You'll learn about sizing as you go, and you'll learn about sizing. You'll learn about risk management. You'll learn about controlling your emotions. When you see one thing and when you hear things, you'll begin to how to gauge what you see and how to gauge what you hear in the financial world, what you hear in news, what you hear in the company of a stock that you're in, and you're taking your way out of that information, and based on your experience and your knowledge, you'll begin to make wise, sound decisions, and those wise, sound decisions will reward you with profits over time. So I said all that to say we're going through the growing pains of the market. And if you're wise enough to DCA, dollar cost average, throughout the downturn, right? If you're wise enough, if you're on top of your finances, if you're on top of your debt, then you have money to invest, right? And you're growing your positions, right? You're growing your positions into the companies that you really want to be in and that you really have confidence are going to do some great things, right? So when the market begins to turn around, you won't just make back what you lost throughout the crash. You'll make it back with interest because your average is now lower than what it's been in a long time, because the prices that things are at is lower than they've been in a long time. VOO, that tracks the S&P 500, right? It's way down. It's under 500, right? VTI is down. It's not far down as percentage-wise as VOO, but it's down, right? S&P 500 is down. The Dow is down. NASDAQ, and everything is down, right? So you want to take advantage of those, right? And then if you experienced a crypto winter, you've had, what 2.5 years of winter look like, right? Ugly. It's ugly cost-wise, price-wise, value-wise. But it's great when you understand that it's time to accumulate, right? Because you buy things for pennies on the dollar, right? Yeah, so, ADA, Cardano, ICP, stuff that I've been talking about for the longest, right? Render, HBAR, and a few others. Bitcoin, this past winter, Bitcoin fell as low as 15.9. Somebody said it fell a little bit lower than that. Well, maybe it did, but my eyes witnessed 15.9, right? Ethereum was all the way down to $899 a coin, right? Yeah, we've been winding high. It went up to a little bit above 3,000, right? Like 36, 38, 39. Might have went to 4,100. I can't remember. But it's been down. It's been fluctuating between 1,400 and 1,600, right? Well, take my word. Don't take my word. Do your own research. It was $899 in crypto winter, right? So, I'm just showing you how low things can go, or they've been in the past. So why wouldn't you be buying Ethereum right now while it was between 1,400 and 1,600? No, you missed the $899 boat, but from 1,500 to 4,500, or some expected to go between Ethereum. Some expect Ethereum to go between 65 to 10K over the next year. Okay, you missed the 899 boat, but you didn't miss the $1,400 boat, or the $1,500 boat, or the $1,600 boat, or even if you bought it at 3,000 and ride it up to 6,000. Your wait may be longer, right? That's what you will learn from this growing pain of what we're going through in the market. You'll see these low prices of VOO, VTI, HIMS, Affirm, Meta, Facebook, right? You'll see these lows of Apple and Google and Amazon. Whether or not you take advantage of it, but then when you see it run up $100, or something like Meta, when you see it run up $200, $300, $400 in a year and a half, then you'll be ready to kick yourself that you didn't get on the boat. But the main thing is you'll learn a lesson that the next time you see those, take advantage of them. Okay, I got to cut it off. I did not expect to be 16 minutes in. I was trying to do 7 minutes and call it a night. But yes, I'm always saying, you guys, you gals should tune into people like Keenan Grace, the Stock Squad. You should tune in to Keenan Grace. He shares great ton of information about why you want to be in companies like Meta and Amazon and so on and so on, right? Stocks with Josh. He shares great reasons as to why you want to be in these companies. He teaches you how to understand the technicals of graphs and what have you. You have Larry Jones, my man, right? Larry Jones, who shares tons of information, where to find it, how to research it, what have you. He's what you call a momentum trader. He studies tons and tons of different views of how to understand the market and how to break down different information to make wise and sound decisions. This is how you grow your financial knowledge. This is how you grow your financial wealth. You don't want to listen to it. You don't want to take the time. This is a free country. You could do things your way. You can act like it's Burger King, right? Its choice is yours. You know, it's up to you. I find it exciting to learn these things because it's exciting to see my finances grow. It's exciting to be able to be a help to my mom. It's exciting to be able to be a help to my siblings when they have things going on. It's exciting when I have car issues and I'm able to repair them easily, or something going on with the house and I'm able to repair it easily, or when something happens, I don't have to pull out the little bit of hair that I do have trying to figure out what it is that we can do about the situation. I can look to the Lord, I can pray about it, and I'll know where to go to turn things around. Last person, the Stock Squad, you can listen to Stock Mo. Ton of wisdom and knowledge to share. How to understand the market, how to develop a plan that works for you, how to develop a strategy that works for you to help you grow your financial wealth. Okay, guys, I am done. 18 minutes, 27 seconds. It's always exciting coming in here and sharing whatever little bit of knowledge and experience I have. My little bit of knowledge and experience has made a great deal of difference in the market. So if my little bit of knowledge and experience can make a great deal, what can you and your knowledge and experience do for you and your family? Hope I've said something to help you. Hope I've said something to encourage you. I'm going to keep on bringing what I can. But with that being said, you guys take care and be blessed continually, my friend.